First of all, we are going to see opening the project section. In this section, you will open the project file created in the last tutorial. To do so, go to the File menu and choose Project option from Open menu bar. You can see here the Open dialog box is displayed. In this dialog box, browse the location wherever you have saved your project file. In my case, I'm going to browse C drive. Select IST 2024 folder, and then select C03 IST 2024 tube stuff folder. Then select your project file and then choose the Open button from the Open dialog box. The selected project file opens in the drawing window in the Entry Structural Plan view. Next, we are going to create a structural column type. In this section, you will create a concrete rectangular column type to add to the project view. To do so, choose the column tool from Structure panel of Structure tab. You can see here the modified place structural column contextual tab is displayed. After that, go to the Properties palette and select the specified option from the Type Selector drop-down list. Select 12 inches by 18 inches concrete rectangular column size. Then choose the Edit Type button. You can see here the Type Properties dialog box is displayed. In this dialog box, choose the Duplicate button. See, the Name dialog box is displayed here. In this Name dialog box, enter the value as 12 inches by 24 inches. And then choose OK button. The Name dialog box is closed. After that, in the Type Properties dialog box, click the value corresponding to the edge parameter. The existing value 1 feet 6 inches is highlighted. Then replace the existing value with 2 feet 0 inches and then choose the OK button. The Type Properties dialog box closes and the preview of the new column type attached with the cursor is displayed in the drawing area. The next section is adding structural columns. In this section, we are going to add structural columns to the model. To do so, right-click in the drawing area and choose Zoom in Region option from the shortcut menu. You can see here the cursor gets modified into zoom icon. After that, move the cursor and place it between the grid lines marked 1 and 8. Click at an appropriate location. You can see here the rectangular selection window appears. Then move the cursor downward to the right and click between the grid lines marked 5.1 and C2. On doing so, the project view zooms in so that the columns can easily be added at the desired location. Then select the Rotate After Placement checkbox in the Options bar and choose Behind option from the first drop-down list next to it. Then ensure that the Rule Bounding checkbox is selected in the Options bar. After that, place the cursor at the intersection of grid 1 and grid 8. The grid 1 and grid 8 are highlighted. Then click where both grids are still highlighted. Preview of the column with its center aligned to the intersection of grid 1 and grid 8 is displayed. Then move the cursor upward to the right. The rotation alignment line appears with the temporary angular dimension. After that, type 19. You can see here an edit box with type value is displayed near the temporary dimension. Then press enter. A column is inserted at the intersection of grid 1 and grid 8. Next, repeat the steps to insert other columns of the same type and alignment at the different grid intersections. Do not exit the column tool even though you have inserted all columns at the different grid intersections. After inserting all the columns, choose the Add Grids tool from multiple panel of the Modify Place Structural Column contextual tab. You can see here the Modify Place Structural Column at Grid Intersection contextual tab is displayed. After that, place the cursor on Grid E and click where the grid is highlighted. The grid B is selected. Then press and hold the Control key and click on grid 4, grid 5 and grid G1 to select them. After that, place the cursor on grid B and click when the grid is highlighted. The grid B is selected. Next, place and hold the Control key and click on the grid 4, grid 5 and grid G1 to select them. You can see here the columns are inserted at the grid intersections of the selected grid. Now, choose the Finish button from the multiple tab of the Modify Place Structure column and Grid Intersection tab. After choosing the Finish button, see here the Modify Place Structure column contexture tab is displayed. Then, choose the Modify button from Select panel in the Modify Place Structure column contexture tab. Now, we are going to see the next section, that is modifying the height of columns. In this section, to adjust the thickness of slab in the structural model, you will modify the height of inserted columns by adjusting their top offset distances. To do so, place the cursor between grid A and grid 1. Next, place and hold the left mouse button and then drag the cursor downward toward the right along the selection window until it is placed at the location. After that, release the mouse button and click. You can see here all the columns inside the selection window are selected and the Modify Structure Columns Contexture tab is displayed. Then, in the Properties palette of the selected column, click in the value width corresponding to the top offset instance parameter. Clear the existing value and then enter -1 width. After that, choose the Apply button in the Properties palette and then Modify button in the Select panel of the Modify Structural Column tab. Now, select all the columns using the selection window as done before. In the Properties palette of the selected column, select Entry option for the base level and second floor for the top level. Then choose Apply button. The height of the columns is set between the entry and second floor levels. Then, the next section is adding structural walls. In this section, you create a structural wall type and add it to the project view. To add structural walls, choose the Wall Structural tool from Wall drop-down in the Structure panel of Structure tab. You can see here the Modify Place Structural Wall and Texture tab is displayed. In the Properties palette, select the desired option from the Type Selector drop-down list. Here, I am going to select Exterior 8 inches concrete option from the Type Selector drop-down list. Now, choose the Edit Type button. You can see here the Type Properties dialog box is displayed. In this Type Properties dialog box, choose the Duplicate button. After choosing the Duplicate button, you can see here Name dialog box is displayed. In the Name Edit box of Name dialog box, type Core Sharp 12 inches concrete and choose OK button. The name dialog box is closed. After that, in the Type Properties dialog box, choose the Edit button displayed in the menu column of the structure parameter. See, here the Edit Assembly dialog box is displayed. In the Layers area of the Edit Assembly dialog box, click in the Edit box in the Thickness column corresponding to the Structure 1 function and enter 12 inches. Next, press Enter to replace the existing value. Then, choose the OK button. See here, the Edit Assembly dialog box closes and the Type Properties dialog box is displayed. In the Type Properties dialog box, select Shaft Cover options from the drop-down list corresponding to the function parameter from the construction area and then choose OK button. The Type Properties dialog box is closed. Next, in the options bar, select the height option from the first drop-down list. You can see here the warning message box appears at the bottom of the screen. Close the message box. After that, select the second floor option from the second drop-down list in the options bar and then clear the Change checkbox. Then, zoom in the drawing and move the cursor toward the column at the intersection of grid 4 and grid B. Then, place the cursor of the right face of the column. Click when the right face is highlighted and the midpoint snap is displayed. After that, move the cursor horizontally toward the right and place it at the midpoint of the left face of the column located at the intersection of grid 5 and grid B. Click when the midpoint and horizontal snap appears. Then, move the cursor and place it at the lower face of the column located at the intersection of grid 5 and grid B. Click when the midpoint snap appears. After that, move the cursor vertically down and place it at the upper face of the column at the intersection of grid 5 and grid T. Click when the midpoint and vertical snap appears. Then, place the cursor at the lower face of the column at the intersection of grid 5 and grid T. Click when the lower face is highlighted and the midpoint snap appears. After that, move the cursor vertically downward and place it at the upper face of the column located at the intersection of the grid 5 and grid E. Click when the midpoint and vertical snap appears at the intersection point. Then, repeat the method of adding structural wall as done before. Then, choose the Modify button from the select panel of Modify Place Structure Wall. After that, select the wall placed on grid B and then right-click. A shortcut menu is displayed. Then choose the Visible in View from the Select All Instances drop-down list. See, here all walls in the project ring will be highlighted. Then, in the Properties panel, enter -2 feet in the top offset edit box and choose Apply button. Finally, to save the project, go to the File menu and choose Project option from the Save As menu. Then browse the location wherever you want to save the file. Create a folder C04 RST 2024 2 and enter the file name C04 Commercial Complex Tute 1 and choose OK button. The Save As dialog box closes and the project file